We all go through life chasing different goals, career, relationships, stability, but somewhere at the center of it all quietly sits money. Actually, not quietly. It's right at the center like a big elephant on your chest. Money is actually what is driving most of our non-financial decision as well in life. The city you live in, the part of the city where you will rent or buy your home, you'll cook yourself or hire a cook, would you take cabs or metros to travel? Will you take a personal trainer or figure out everything in the gym yourself? So yeah, it's essentially your finances that are driving your life, not you. For most of us, especially those who come from middle class or lower middle class backgrounds, money isn't just a tool, it's proof. Proof that our hard work is paying off. Proof that we can stand on our own. When you start earning, everything revolves around savings. You're figuring out your rent, groceries, EMIs, and somehow trying to invest a little. And without even realizing it, you start crossing certain milestones. The first 1 to 2 lakhs is that feeling of validation, that you finally have something of your own. Then at 10 lakhs, where you start thinking, okay, I need to make my money work now. Around 25 to 30 lakhs, something shifts. You stop chasing every return, you start becoming more aware of the risk. And at 50 lakhs, you begin to feel the weight of money. You're no longer thinking in percentages, you're thinking in rupees lost or time lost if things go wrong. And then comes the 1 crore, that invisible line where everything, your psychology, your priorities, even your relationship with money completely changes. The question is, what exactly changes after 1 CR? Let's figure it out. And to clarify here, by 1 crore, I'm only talking about 100% of your money in savings, which is your hard cash, your emergency fund, stocks and mutual funds, FD bonds, etc. and not realistic. So let's dive in and figure out what 1 crore really does for you in a country like India. Let's strip away the philosophy for a second and just talk numbers. Because beyond the emotion and the mindset shifts, 1 crore does something very real for you in India. Let's say tomorrow your active income goes to zero. Maybe you take a break, maybe there is a job loss, business has gone bankrupt, or maybe you just want to pause for a while. And suddenly any one big expense comes up that is completely unavoidable, or it's an expense that you can't live without in your life because your lifestyle has transformed in the past decade. Reality after 1 CR in liquid cash or assets that you can handle almost all of them without breaking a sweat if any one of these or a couple of expenses show up in your near future. Maybe your car broke down permanently. A new family car, let's say a Hyundai Creta or a Honda City, which costs somewhere between 15 to 20 lakhs, you can replace it in one go. Maybe your child's college education is coming up. A solid private university in India or even a mid-tier degree can cost somewhere between 25 to 30 lakhs. That is covered. A family wedding is coming up. Even a well-done mid-scale wedding today in India with food, decor, venue, everything included comes about to 20 to 25 lakhs. Home renovation or relocation, 10 to 15 lakhs, easily manageable. Supporting your parents in medical emergencies beyond insurance, all check. So that is really what 1 CR does for you. It removes panic from your decision making. It ensures when life throws those big expenses, you react with calm and not with chaos. Because at 1 CR, you don't have to stop working, but you can stop worrying. And that's a big plus going forward. Part 2. The lifestyle shift after 1 CR, not luxury, just options. See, after achieving 1 CR, it is fair to assume that you have probably started earning good as well at this point in your life. You can now make certain life choices that you were not able to make earlier. For example, a rented home that you can take maybe now in a better locality. For years, you might have stayed in a 2 BHK flat, but now that your family is growing, you might need even a 3 or a 4 BHK in a better locality. Or maybe you had plans of buying your first home, which you never thought was possible, but maybe today you have that backup of liquid savings. Plus, you can afford that EMI. Now, I'm not saying that you can afford that particular EMI out of that 1 CR corpus, but with your current monthly income, you'll not be stressed about because you'll roughly have a backup of at least 2 to 3 years of your EMI if anything was to go wrong. That single shift from fear to safety is what unlocks confidence. It's the same with your lifestyle upgrades as well. For years, you drove the same car not because you did not want a better one, but because every rupee had a purpose. Now, you can finally buy the car that fits your life, not just your budget. Now, not as a status symbol, but as a reward for consistency, discipline, and delayed gratification. Even your travel changes. Earlier, planning a holiday meant searching for deals, calculating every single expense, thinking that this money could go into my SIP or I could just totally avoid this. But now that mindset has changed. Now the conversation basically changes to, can this experience make my life richer, healthier, or happier? So the change isn't that you suddenly start spending recklessly. The change is that you stop feeling guilty for living well. This is the phase where money stops being a shield against scarcity and starts becoming a tool for building a life with more comfort, more autonomy, better environments, better time trade-offs. You're no longer optimizing for survival, you're optimizing for quality. And that is the real lifestyle shift which happens after 1 CR. Not luxury, not flexing, just the quiet confidence of knowing that I'm finally safe enough to choose. Now coming to part 3, the snowball effect, when compounding starts working for you. If there is one thing that money teaches you after 1 CR, it is patience. Because now even small percentages move big numbers. Let's say your portfolio grows at a realistic 12% per year, not aggressive, not slow, just disciplined compounding through mutual funds, index ETFs or bonds or some other instruments that you might be investing in, and you're not touching this corpus for a foreseeable future. Zero withdrawals, you have your active income to support your family. Now here is what that journey looks like without you adding a single extra rupee to this particular corpus. Your 1 CR basically doubles to 2 CR in 6 years, your 2 CR becomes 3 CR in 4 years, 3 to 4 CR in another 3 years, and 4 to 5 CRs in just 2.5 years. Now that's the magic of the snowball, that the first crore is the hardest, the slowest, and the most emotionally draining one. But after that, when the curve bends, not because markets suddenly become generous, but because your capital now does the heavy lifting for you in that compounding cycle. In the first phase, you are essentially compounding your savings. Now your savings are compounding themselves, and this is where real wealth begins, not in earning more, but in needing to do less. At 12%, your portfolio adds 12 lakhs in the first year. By the time you are at 5 CR, the same 12% means 60 lakhs a year without changing anything. That is what financial freedom actually looks like. You stop chasing raises and start chasing peace. You stop trading time for money because money itself starts generating time. So the 1 crore milestone isn't the destination, it's the tipping point. It's where wealth stops feeling like a goal and starts behaving like a machine. The snowball is rolling now, and every year it only gets faster, quieter, and more powerful. When you finally reach 1 crore, something quite changes. You stop being driven by money and start being directed by purpose. You realize that true wealth isn't just the number, it's the choices that number gives you. The choice to pause, the choice to say no, the choice to live life on your own terms. Because 1 CR doesn't just buy assets, it buys perspective. It gives you the power to design your days, not just survive them. And from there, every new crore you build isn't just a proof of success, it's proof that you've learned to let money work for you, not against you. Part 4. You have 1 CR, but you're not wealthy yet. In the end, I also wish to highlight something really important. According to Standard Chartered's wealth expectancy research, the segment often described as India's emerging affluent sits roughly in the 1 to 3 CR liquid wealth band. People in this category usually aren't wealthy enough to be carefree, but they are no longer in the phase where every financial decision feels fragile. What studies repeatedly show is that this stage is more psychological than material. It's the point where wealth begins translating into control, stability, and optionality. Around this corpus size, individuals report higher confidence in long-term goals like children's education, retirement planning, and home ownership. Yet, the same research also shows that a majority still worry that their lifestyle expectations may outgrow their money, with the corpus typically lasting only 5 to 9 years. If used aggressively, lasting only 5 to 9 years, so this wealth tier operates in a paradox, that there is enough money to improve lifestyle meaningfully, better housing, better healthcare, occasional travel, upgraded conveniences, but not enough to detach fully from income. In Standard Chartered's framing, this is the moment when behavior shifts from saving to managing, from chasing returns to building structure, and from survival decisions to strategic ones. Essentially, 1 to 3 CR isn't the finish line, it's the first level where wealth starts creating choices. And if you also look at the Hurun India Wealth Report, it makes one thing very clear. Wealth in India is rising faster than ever, but it is also becoming stratified. As of the latest report, India now has over 8.7 lakh millionaire households, defined as those with a net worth of 8.5 CR or more, and that number has grown nearly 90% in just 4 years. Yet despite that explosive growth, these households still represent only a fraction of the population, roughly 0.3% of Indian families. Now that contrast is more important because it shows where 1 crore sits on the spectrum. It's meaningful, it's rare, it puts you firmly in the top few percent, but it is not yet wealthy, in a way that the data classifies it. Hurun's segmentation shows that the real shift in identity, behavior, and opportunity starts happening in the 5 to 10 CR band, where individuals move from financial security to financial influence, to global investing, to legacy planning, alternate assets, structured wealth advisory. So in a Hurun framework, 1 to 3 CR isn't the finish line. It's step 1. It's the moment where wealth stops being aspirational and becomes a platform to eventually build on. So in the end, it is very important for you to be mindful. It's an extremely important stage of your life, and to avoid all kinds of pitfalls that happen after 1 CR, watch out this video tagged right here to make sure you're on the safer side. And don't forget to subscribe and share the video. I'll see you in the next one.